today's episode of My Crazy Nomadic Life, we're shooting our first vlog and it's already starting up so chaotic. I need to go to sleep and I haven't because, fun fact, I have the actual worst sleeping schedule in the world. Also, if you're wondering why I'm like on the floor, it's because my camera is currently charging because I am Hot Mess Express. So yeah. With that being said, welcome to my first vlog. We have a really cool day ahead of us today here in San Diego, but I'm gonna take you guys with me to do a few activities before we go to our main activity. We're gonna basically go get my lashes filled because I look crazy. It's that time of the week, and then we're gonna get our hair done because I'm just not vibing with whatever this is. So we're gonna make it look cute, and then after that we're gonna come home and get ready for our next activity. So I hope you guys are excited. Today's episode starts right now. Or actually, it'll start in like 3 hours. I need to go to sleep really fast, so I'll see you guys in a few hours. Alright y'all, so I'm finally ready. Ed is here, so we're switching POVs. You guys got the morning vlog, but we're switching to pro mode. I want to show y'all my outfit though. You're probably wondering what it is. It's literally socks that say, where is it? Oh, awkward. My spirit animal is a goat, and then it has like little goats and stuff. And then we're wearing our goat sweater right here, which says meh, because that's kind of like what goats say. Anyways, so I'm gonna put my socks on right now, and then after that we are headed to the trail. So I hope you guys are excited to go hiking with goats in San Diego. We'll see you guys on the trail.
We have Buttercup. That is Buttercup. She's the alpha goat. And then we have Cotton Candy. She's our follower. Buttercup is really she's really kind of opinionated. She's very intelligent. She knows what she wants and what she doesn't want, and she needs a little more admiration. Candy is just the sweetest. She's the follower. I named her Cotton Candy after the fair where they have the big fluffy balls of candy, you know, the sugar, and she's just the sweetest. She just does whatever. She goes like, okay, we're doing it. So she's not gonna question you. Which one would you like, Daniela?
I'm ready to give attention, so.
Ready to give attention to Buttercup? Good. And Candy, you ready? You ready? All right, come on. She's like, where's my hiker? So I have a shaker here that has alfalfa trees. And
there she goes.
They get a reward for jumping out, in, and that's how I taught them. Summer, my daughter, she was super little, and we would go to the pumpkin patch, and when they had petting zoos, we would end up sitting with the goats the entire time. And a lot of our friends got over them really quick, and some didn't want to get dirty, so they didn't even go into the petting zoo pen. And so we realized, my goodness, I think we want them close to us year round, not just for the petting zoo.
Right.
And so for years I told my husband, man, I want to have goats, And he was always like, yeah, no, I don't know. And so he thought we were pretty crazy for wanting goats. And so then after about 5 years of talking about it, nothing happening, he went onto this boys' surf trip. And I was kind of upset because I like surfing, I love traveling, I'm not a boy, but so I had to stay home this summer. I'm like, well, if you do what you want to do, I'm going to do what I want to do, and I'm going to get goats. So within a week, we built a pen. Yeah, we built a shelter out of pallet, like on Pinterest.
Oh, here in Encinitas, right?
Yeah, right here in Encinitas. We built a pallet shelter, and then we found these on Craigslist. By the way,
I was about to say, where did you buy goats?
yeah, Craigslist. We drove all the way to Jamul, to the Mexican border pretty much, and brought him back in our SUV, and that's how it all started. Original thought was to take them out so they can have a better life quality.
Right, and just be more socialized.
Yes, get socialized, eat different plants, jump on things, and this is how it all started. Now, this breed of goat is it's called Angora goat, and the hair is the mohair fiber that grows on their backs. So they're in the category of fiber goats. Now there are dairy goats, there are meat goats, and there are fiber goats. A cashmere goat, for example, is another fiber goat. So they have the intelligence of a toddler, supposedly, and for sure that's the case. I think she's as intelligent as a kindergartner, actually.
A fucking goat outside.
It's just a goat.
No, it's a fucking goat.
Candy, on the other hand, it's hit or miss. She tries her best. Let's say like.
So when they're babies, they have like the tiny. They don't. How long does it take them to?
So their horns, when they're born, they don't have any, and as soon as they are on the earth, alive and breathing, they start growing these horns.
Males and females.
Both have horns, yes.
Wow.
The males have big wide ones that were kind of intimidating when we saw. They had some boys too.
Right.
And so we decided girls would be better. And they grow till their last day of their lives. So they don't fall off like antlers. And so it's really something that's an ongoing process. Okay, so here's the thing. These animals, because of all the hair, you know what chinchillas, that then you're not supposed to bathe them?
Yeah.
Because they get like mold when they get wet because they have so much hair that it doesn't dry, right? So same with these Angora goats, you're not supposed to get wet. And we built the shelter. Now Candy's in the shelter. See, so here you see, that's where the term butting heads comes from. So you don't want to get in the middle, but it's their normal behavior. So we encourage them. We don't discourage it, but we're like, okay, you can be yourself, how you're supposed to be acting in nature, right, Butters?
So when people buy like one goat, regardless of their breed, does it cause a lot of stress on the animal?
Yes, it causes stress and anxiety, and it's not natural for them. For these guys, the prey animals, see, they work differently than a predator. They look out for each other. They are comfortable in a herd. They want to know that there's a friend there. If you have one by yourself, it's going to be lonely, it's going to be crying a lot, it's going to try to break out of its pen, it's going to eat all kinds of things. They get very neurotic when they're be kept alone. Except for maybe if you have another grazing animal like a horse with them, or maybe a cow or a sheep, you can do that, but you don't want to have these just on their own. So
those behaviors that you just listed is like what you would describe as anxiety in like a goat, right?
So they get anxious and lonely, and also they don't feel safe, because safety is in numbers, and the minimum number is 2 for little herd animals. And by the way, for goats, the reason to walk is to find food or water, right, in the wild when they're out on the fields, on the hills. So we encourage them to take snack breaks, because for them that makes the hike worthwhile. So goats don't like water in general. But they like to look at it, and they go along the beach, and we run along the beach with them, and we did that, and that was really fun.
But they don't try to get in.
No, they do not.
Interesting. This is so cool.
But it's fun to take him down anyway. And the first time she saw the ocean, Buttercup, she just stood there mesmerized for like a minute and just looked at it. Because the waves moving and they're coming in and going out. She really just stood there and looked and like, wow, what is this? The reason why we ended up with fiber goats is that the dairy goats, to have goat milk, you have to breed the goat first, right?
So do they not make milk?
They make very little milk. Angora goats have 1 baby at a time, and other goats, like the Nigerians, have 2 or 3 babies at a time, sometimes even 4. So they produce a lot more milk, but these guys just minimal milk.
And why goats like inclines so much?
I really don't know, exactly why they like it so much, but they love climbing.
Yeah, because when I've done a lot of like national parks and stuff,
Yeah.
and they have like, you know, mountain goats and all of that, they're
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
all over the mountain, just scaling it.
Yep.
When I went to Montana, that was one of the coolest things I got to see was
Yeah.
just how they like climb up and
Yes.
then they climb down, or they stand on the tiniest little rock
Yes.
and they're just there. I love how they really do stop and look at every little,
Yeah.
they inspect
Yeah.
all the different shrubs and plants and
Yeah.
flowers.
Right, and that's got us started on the whole foraging idea, because they know what to eat and not to eat. Hello, how are you? Good. Yep. So Buttercup, and look how she steps now. Now Buttercup's protecting her. She's
immediately-
following. She's making sure the danger has passed, and she's really making sure there's not a danger. And then Candy stays behind her, and she feels safe because she's the alpha, and her job is to protect them. They're really into the cliff edges. So when we first brought them here, they were totally mesmerized. They would stand right here at the edge and look down. I think it was up there somewhere. And because they grew up on a flat little pasture of like about maybe half an acre.
In Hamul, right?
Yeah, and they had never seen a cliff or the ocean or anything. So
they were like,
they're
"Whoa."
fascinated. Wow, what's this? They're looking down. It's like, what is this? You know?
I'm like, listen, if you live in San Diego or Southern California, do not walk, run to Encinitas to go hiking, because this is really cool.
So anyway, the horns are also good for self-defense. And you may wonder how that works because they're curved back. Well, watch out, Belle. The predators grab the prey by the neck, sort of like right here. And you can see how the horns would poke the predator right in the eyes or in the nose. Think about a coyote grabbing them right here.
Oh.
They run, grab him, and take him down, right? And so these horns poke the predator in the nose and in the eyes, and that's how they can save their lives. So in any area where they have coyotes and mountain lions, all these things, I feel it's really important for them to have the horns.
Because usually those prey animals will go for their neck because
Yes.
it's a vulnerable spot.
Yes, exactly.
That's so fascinating. How
What horns can help is they help the goat to cool off, right? And the blood vessels go inside their horns, and you can feel them warm. You feel like there's a warm temperature when you touch the horn. Pat her a little on the neck or something, and then you can put your hand very gently. Oh no, they're
No,
fighting
no.
over the food right
That
now.
is-
Really gently, you can put your hand on where the horns start, where they come out of the head.
Oh yeah,
So
those
right
are-
at there you go, there you
Oh,
go,
wow,
there you go,
that's
yeah.
very warm.
And so that shows you there are blood vessels going into the horn. So by taking those off, it's just not a good idea.
So
you know?
they're very sensitive to like any type of touch and stuff too,
Yes,
right?
yes, there are, but also sensitive to temperature. So now they heat up and the blood vessels go in the horn, and just like a jackrabbit in the desert, how they cool off by those big ears, right? So the
Ah.
blood vessels go to the surface of the body right there, and it helps them cool off the rest of their body.
That's so inhumane
Yeah.
to dehorn a goat.
Yeah,
It's-
yeah, it's not good.
Wildlife is like one of the topics I'm most interested in,
Yeah.
and just animals in general, because there's so much that people don't know and they
Yeah.
don't realize can hurt animals.
Right,
or-
they don't realize what they're doing by like a nearsighted approach, you know.
So goats could survive if they had eaten a large amount of food for
Mm-hmm.
like a couple of days, if there wasn't food around because of their stomach.
Yeah, they could survive, but they also could survive, but because they eat pretty much everything and anything. So they're not very picky
But
eaters.
they're herbivores, right?
Yes, they only eat vegan pretty much, you know. Yeah. So I showed him a trick. Took Candy about a year to jump up here. Butters learned the trick in one hike.
Oh my goodness, they're so cute.
One more.
So besides their horns, if they needed to defend themselves and attack, how else could they?
It's running. So that's the way how most prey animals try to defend themselves, is by running. Oops, sorry, really fast. There's no other way. They have teeth.
But
But
in
they're
the
not
herd,
sharp.
would one of them headbutt a prey or no?
No, they would choose. So here we get to the eyes right now. If you look at their pupils, see how they're rectangular? Hi. Well, they're kind of getting big. It's so cute. Yeah, see the rectangular pupils? And it allows them to look behind and in front, pretty much a 360 view without even having to turn their heads.
Wow.
So while they're grazing, the eyeball adjusts horizontally so they can look if there's a predator sneaking up behind them, you know? So, and then the first animal that sees the prey will look and start moving, and then everybody else moves. They're like one pretty much, let's see, one herd, one body, like they all move together. And and then they run as fast as they can. And you saw Candy react earlier, right? A spin and a jump.
She's like, boop.
She's like, out of here.
And she jumped and then ran.
Yeah, and then later they may look, oh, is that something really important or not so much? But the first reaction is to run to get yourself to safety.
Right.
You know? And that's how they stay safe. The horns are only the last resort. If they got trapped, if something was grabbing them, they would then use their horns to defend themselves. But they obviously don't have claws. They have no sharp teeth. The teeth are only at the bottom of their jaw, pretty much. So there's not much they can do.
Thank you guys so much for coming to hike with goats with us today in San Diego and Encinitas. Thank you guys for having us. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Drop a comment if you have something exciting or nice to say. And if you have any other questions, you guys can DM us. Do you want to share your socials so that way they know where to find you guys?
We have a really small YouTube called Backyard Fun with Simone. So if you want to check that out, that would be nice. And if not, we offer this, I don't know if you can say that, on Airbnb experience. So if you want to go hike with us, check that out, or on my website, which is goatwalk.com. Very easy, it has my info. Thank you.
There you have it, guys. If you want to come hiking with goats and you live in Southern California or you're visiting San Diego, this is a very unique activity that you should add to your bucket list. With that, we conclude today's episode of My Crazy Nomadic Life, and we'll see you guys on next week's episode.